Tippy time my damies, Top Cat here and welcome back to the channel. In update 8.2.6, our high impact auto rifles saw an increased base damage of 4%. In the Crucible, this leads to it going from 23 a body to 24, and our crits go from 41 to 43. One of the best high impact frames, especially in that primary slot, is the Lethal Abundance. Luxo has it, Iron Banner is out at the moment, so this should be a fairly easy farm. And honestly, this rifle has tons of great perks, both if you're a PvE player or you're more into the Crucible. In the left, we've got Splice. When we cast our class ability, this allows our weapons to sever targets on hit for a brief duration. This lasts for 8 seconds at standard, and it can sever up to 5 enemies at once. We've got Elemental Capacitor, so whether you're rocking Solar, you get bonus reload, Arc more handling, Void stability. If you're rocking Stasis Super, this is going to control our recoil and ADS speeds, and Strand gives us more airborne effectiveness. Not that you're really going to be like trying to kill things in air with a 360 AR, but for other subclasses, these are all great stat bumps. Dynamic sway reduction is easily a top tier perk for this AR, as the longer we hold down that trigger, the more stability we're going to get, and that tighter that accuracy cone size is going to get. Being a 360 AR, you tend to think this plays at range, so keep away is a great trait here. Not only does this give us another 10 range when no enemies are within 15 meters of us, but it also gives us that 30 plus reload speed, and it decreases the accuracy cone growth. We got it in light and action, so upon dealing damage, it's going to improve our reload and handling. And it's got Discord, so when we get those final blows with another weapon, we swap to this. It's going to increase our ADS speed, accuracy, and airborne effectiveness. In the right, we've got Attrition Orbs, so when dealing sustained damage, it's going to create us Orbs of Power. A very hot pick is Onslaught, where our final blows with this weapon increase its fire rate. When we get a weapon kill, it's going to grant us Onslaught for 4.5 seconds. This ramps up to 3 stacks. That first stack is a 16% decreased firing delay, then 28, then 37. And at each junction, we get an increase to our reload speed of 15, 25, and 35. I'm not even going to mention the next trade. If you see it, honestly, it's an instant delete in my opinion. Even in a season where we have like unlimited tangles, I would much rather Hatchling, where our precision final blows, spawn a Threadling, or if we get 3 rapid kills, it'll also spawn us a Threadling. Solid trait, particularly this season. I'm definitely in love with Tap the Trigger at the moment. This grants us a short period of increased stability and accuracy on that initial trigger pull. For 0.6 seconds, this grants us 40 stability, 50 decreased recoil, and 10% decreased accuracy cone size. The true damage perk for the gun is Target Lock. Our damage is going to increase the longer we remain on target. In the Crucible, this starts at a 10% bonus and ramps up to a 25% bonus. Now, to me, the go-to for PvE was definitely Splice. Of course, this works with any of our class abilities, but it works wonders with Strand, whether you're rifting down to make that minion army, a suspension dive, or some triple suspending lashes. It's going to make it a lot safer for us as everything is severed, so we can take our time picking them off. Naturally, I have paired this with Hatchling, very strong this season, and of course in the artifact we can make those Threadlings sever when they attack. Now, being a primary, when it gets to GM level content, our legendary primaries struggle a little bit. But as everything is severed, it does allow us to take our time, hit those crits, and make those swarms. When it comes to the Crucible, there's a couple of different combos here that I want to talk about. The first role I tried out was a Dynamic Sway in the left, with Target Lock in the right. Now, I'm not saying Dynamic is the wrong choice, it's definitely a good choice. It controls the gun amazingly, but a lot of my battles are at range, and so upon testing I actually found Keep Away worked a little bit better with this gun, as in terms of what you're normally trying to face, you want to let this AR shine there, and to help control that recoil, I paired this with Tap the Trigger, as we want to try and help that recoil. Tap the Trigger is kind of like a better version of Dynamic Sway, as this starts on the first trigger pull, and Dynamic has to wind up. Now the competition against Tap the Trigger is obviously Onslaught or Target Lock. Don't get me wrong, loved Onslaught to pieces. If you did want to go Onslaught, I'd pair it with Dynamic Sway. As you're keeping those rounds spun up, Dynamic's going to help for longer. But Onslaught's might is the meme, whereas you'll have like 1 or 2 plays a game where you'll just like chew through 5 Guardians' heads, but flip coin, you might struggle to win the 1v1. Since the nerf to target lock, it doesn't work as well on our ARs, particularly our 450s and 360s. For target lock to be effective, you want something that chews through the mag capacity. So that's why even though dynamic target lock, dynamic onslaught are great roles, I still found keep away, tap the trigger worked a little bit better, playing to the AR strengths of range and stability. It has a base 74 recoil, which honestly ain't that bad, as even if you put like an extended barrel or chambered on, it's going to be that tidy 84. I don't recommend starting from 74 and putting that counterbalance on though. Honestly, the number one for this, whether it's PvE or Crucible, I would highly recommend Arrowhead Break. It gives us that perfect recoil, and that plus 10 handling really helps with a sluggish frame. I would balance that out with accurized rounds to increase our range by 10. I prefer this with a stability masterwork, and I like it with that ballistics mod. Let's not forget we got that skulking wolf origin trait, so anytime we get a weapon kill when we're below 90 HP, this grants us increased radar, going from 6 sectors to 12, and it removes us from passively pinging on enemy radars for 10 seconds. This isn't just for the Crucible though. In PvE, enemies become less accurate when targeting us. If you got one of these in your collection, dig it out, have a ball. If you don't, once you've done finishing your nature, give Salad Bowl a few engrams, pick one of these up, holler at me, let me know what you like about this AR, make sure to thumb it if you dug it, sub if you're new, and as always, tippy tie my damies, what a tie.